Good evening. It's May 27th, 2019, 8:42 p.m. This is Mo Love True, and I have some good news and some bad news. So I'm going to deliver the bad news first. This is a cease and desist order to the dark forces. I do not consent to criminal abuse. I reject contracting with the dark forces under these two items, which I will now read. These items were given to me. The first item is a quote. The Master said, "To bless means to help. Heaven helps the man who is devoted. Men help the man who is true. He who walks in truth and is devoted in his thinking, and furthermore reveres the worthy, is blessed by heaven. He has good fortune, and there is nothing that would not further." A quote from the great treatise, the I Ching. This item is to be burned by fire, and its messenger, its sender, and the intent behind delivering this message to me from those who had requested it be given to me are to be sent to the ether, returned to source to deal with their maker. The second item contains astrological details that I refuse to acknowledge, and the sender as well as the messenger are to be returned these messages. This item too shall be burned by fire, where both the sender and the messenger and the intent behind this message is to be sent to the ether, where they can be returned to source to meet their maker. Neptune conjunct Betelgeuse. Ingenious mechanical ability, may invent mechanical device. Spiritualist, spirituality interest, some physical ailment or affliction or mental derangement. Not good for gain, but greatest success in partnership, favorable for marriage and children, but disharmony with siblings. Liable to some serious or fatal injury in middle age. Again, this message is to be burned by fire. The intent, the messenger, and the sender, whoever they are to be returned to the source to meet their maker. And I send all intentions of these two items to the ether. Okay, so that was the bad news. The good news now is private side remedies update. It's not about ownership. Ownership is what they want people to have, and this actually corrects what Winston Shrout had mentioned. I learned most of my stuff from Winston Shrout. I admire his work, and I've tweaked it, and along the way I have been able to differentiate what it is they want. And I'm not saying Winston Shrout is part of them. What I am saying is information needs to be updated, and that's very critical here. So the remedy to that, for anybody who has home ownership or anything dealing with what would be considered ownership, it's to recognize that ownership ties one to the 3D. It ties them to the banks. could say, to the cabal. And so the remedy is to review all those documents and have it corrected for the public record to change ownership to possession, because we only possess it for this time that we happen to have it. A simple remedy. I'll end on a very quick note. Anything made of metal in your home, especially in the room you sleep in, or that has springs, it just needs to be grounded. There's lots of information on how to ground it, and I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. There was a lot of bombardment happening here, but I want everybody to know the answers are in sleep and dream time. And I just had a lot of targeting and frequency bombardment last week that sent me in a spiraling self-doubt mode that I really needed to spend more time sleeping, and so many wonderful dreams, revisiting family and seeing their state of health, and that good intentions went their way every time they came up in a dream. So I hope it was the same for you. Not Satan's wife, but for every listener. Lots of good things coming up. So I hope that this weekend where the Pope was traveling, something's up when the Pope travels, okay? You just have to look into that. The answers came for what project you'll be working on, okay? Looking forward to more video production. Take care for now. Small Love True out for now.